Libraries around the D.C. region are struggling to pay for your e-books. The D.C. Public Library said last year readers checked out 20% more digital books than actual physical ones. But unlike those traditional books, e-books often cost libraries more, and the licenses have to be renewed every few years. This week, the D.C. Council passed a bill that's aimed at pressuring publishers to lower those costs. But the publishers are pushing back. They're arguing the measure is unfair to authors and could make e-books harder for readers to access. News 4's Aimee explains what's behind the fight.
DC Public Libraries say they want to save money and be able to buy more books, both physical and digital. They also want to cut down on the wait times for ebooks and audiobooks, which can sometimes be weeks or even months. For instance, if I want to check out the ebook version of Project Hail Mary, I have to wait in line behind 1,463 other people.
Having an electronic version is always helpful.
I definitely love a good ebook. It helps with the visualization and everything like that.
But the DC Public Library says it's having trouble keeping up with demand for ebooks due to the cost.
Libraries don't actually buy ebooks. We subscribe to them. We license them.
Under a model set by the biggest publishers, libraries often have to keep paying the license fee every few years or after a certain number of checkouts. And because libraries are lending out the ebook to multiple people, the DC Library says those commercial licenses can cost up to 6 times what a regular person might pay for an ebook.
They've set the rules and we abide by them. And there has not been a real back and forth in terms of what I would consider fair negotiation.
This week, the DC Council passed a bill that bans DC Library from doing business with publishers who use restrictive licensing models. It would essentially be a boycott to try to force publishers to negotiate. But here's the catch. It's only triggered if 10 other states with a total of at least 50 million people also join in, which doesn't seem likely in the near future. Connecticut passed a similar bill in 2025. Virginia proposed a bill in 2023, but it died in committee. Maryland passed a bill in 2021. It was struck down by a federal judge, and New York's bill that passed was vetoed by the governor, who cited copyright law. The American Association of Publishers sent News 4 a statement saying, in part, this bill strips authors of their rights. It limits their ability to make a living from their craft and dictates what authors and creators can and cannot do with their own work. It will grant the government an alarming power to decide which books are accessible to DC readers and jeopardizes library access to digital books.
I don't want to villainize publishers. I understand everyone is trying to make a buck, and libraries are just trying to provide access.
Continued debate over the best way forward for ebooks. Aimee, News 4.
The Association of American Publishers also took aim at D.C. Public Library for not spending enough of its money on books. The D.C. budget shows the library has spent between 8 and 11% of its budget on books in the last few years. The library director points out they need the rest of the funds for things like paying employee salaries and running the buildings.
So much shifting to E now. Hey, will this be a better weekend to stay indoors with a book or get out there and get some fresh air?